Hello guys, it's Seth here today. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. It's 3 a.m. at my time right now. I come here literally after my live. So if I'm speaking very slowly, it's because of that. And tiny. It's very late. I actually wanted to make this video for a while now. I tried to make it a couple of times, but each time there's something going wrong and I don't know, I just don't like the result of how it turns out in the end, so I don't like it and I keep deleting it, but I think this is the last time that I will settle and I will record this for good. So I want this video to be a tiny bit more personal and for the first time very unrelated to the usual videos I make on YouTube, because this time I want to talk about myself. This time I want to open up about a very big personal issue in my life and a big mental health issue that I'm going through, and I'm probably not the only one going through it. So I want to talk about it because I feel like it needs to be talked about, and also at the same time I feel like the more I keep it inside myself, the worse it becomes. Like it's reaching a point in my life that I can no longer eat, no longer sleep, no longer work. I have difficulty functioning as a real human, and it's too much for me. I feel like there's a big weight on my shoulder that I cannot remove, and the more I don't talk about it openly with my friends and with you, the worse it becomes for me. So I decided to break the curse and to actually come talk about it in my channel on 2018 when I built or I created my second channel, which is the current channel that I have. I promised myself to never ever get into political topics, get into personal topics, don't share too much of my private life, don't really, I don't know, make it more personal. And this time I will, let's say, focus more on the professional aspect of my job to make this more about games and professional in general. But at the same time, I promised myself to keep it a very heartwarming community that if anyone have any issues, they feel safe to come talk about it and to come ask help and feel safe and feel seen, feel wanted, feel loved. And I'm still counted, even after 2 years, I still don't have a lot of followers. I'm a very small community. I have a small community. I'm still a small YouTuber, so I'm still not that big to make that reality happen. But I think I'm the first one doing it. I will do the honor of being the first one that actually opens up this topic and actually talks about a very private piece of my life that is destroying my mental health. And yeah, just talking about it. That's the whole point. It actually shocked me to know how many of you guys unfortunately don't know about this news, or maybe you guys know, you don't want to talk about it. I don't know. But just to give you guys a bit of a background story, because I don't want to talk about stuff that you guys don't know what's happening, I want to give you guys a bit of a background so that you guys at least know what I'm talking about. And then I will jump into the mental issue part that is bothering me for a while. I'm not very good in speeches, so I actually have prepared tiny bit of text that will help me give you a bit of a background. So here we go. Today I want to talk about my country. I know you guys, many of you guys know that currently I live in France. I am a resident of France. I am here. But ethnically, I'm Persian. I'm Iranian. I come from Iran, and Iran is my home country. Yeah, so I'm Iranian, and this is my story of Iran. So, if you guys are curious, since 1979, Iran has been under a dictatorship known as the Islamic Republic. For 47 years, the regime in Iran has terrorized the Iranian people, destroyed the economy, isolated Iran on the world stage, and suppressed Iran's true identity. I have to put a parenthèse, as French people say, put a entre guillemets, because while this is true and while this is 100% not the main reason, it is the main reason, okay? I will just say this is not 100% the details, okay? If you guys want to know more about the details, I actually recommend you guys to go watch other Iranians talk about it. I mentioned this. Please, for the love of God, don't look at what media says. Media is this. People of Iran are this. Media says something for the profit of money, politics, personal favors, personal beliefs, while Iranian people are here and say the complete opposite, okay? It's okay to look at the media, it's okay to try to gather information from media, but please keep in mind that media 100% do not represent Iranian people here. We are not agreeing 100% with what people here say. Okay? Keep that in mind because it is a very good important. The topics that are happening, the stuff people say are crazy. The thing is, so many reasons in these 47 years caused Iran to get destroyed, such as USA, such as Trump, such as sanctions, such as other countries. Yeah. But just for the sake of keeping it simple, I'm gonna not get into the details, okay? This is the parenthesis that I'm saying. I'm not going to get into the details because I'm not good at explaining it. Explaining stuff is not my strongest ability. So please, if you're curious for more details, look what other Iranians are talking about. You can look for media or you can go for documentaries, but Iranian people's words are the accuracy, okay? Let's continue. Over the years, Iran's currency has been decimated, making the cost of living impossible for the people. This reached a tipping point on December 28th, when the price of $1 against a rial reached all-time heights. So basically, if I want to make it even more simple for you to understand, $1 was around, let me calculate. The number, that there are so many zeros here that you cannot believe. 1,605,000 reals. And that is the last time I checked. I'm sure by this time it's even higher. Trust me on that. It's the amount that I checked last time. $1 is equal to 1,006,000 50 something reals. Yeah, it's that bad. Tehran bazaar merchants began a major strike and took the streets in protest on December. So it is around almost 2 weeks ago, around more or less. Over the following days, the protests spread across the country, with all parts of society joining, and quickly became not only about the economy, but a total rejection of the Islamic Republic regime. Yeah, we no longer want the regime. We no longer want the people who rule over the country. We want out, everything dead, everything please go away. We no longer keep up with the bullshit going on with politicians, politics, presidents, non-presidents, friend of president, brother of president. No, all of you get the hell out, please, okay? Please, get the hell out. So, over the decades, and certainly since the 2020, we had the Women Life Freedom movement. The people want an end to the Islamic Republic dictatorship. So, for years, protesters have been met with state violence in the streets, with armed police forces shooting protesters dead in the street, including children. Yeah, this is true. The protests have been coming on and off in Iran for a couple of years now. If I remember correctly, again, for detailed exact moments, times, happenings, please look up a valid source. If I remember it correctly, it was from 2005 that the first protests start happening in Iran against the regime. So yeah, we had this going on and off around 2005 against the regime, against the Islam, against forced hijab on women, because we don't like it. I'm sorry, nah, we don't. Who likes it? Obviously we don't like it. Like, it's logical, right? No one likes to be told how to live. No one likes to be told and forced what to believe. No one likes to be forced how to dress, how to behave, how to age, how to work. None of us like it. So, makes sense, right? So, yeah, 10 years after, which is around 2012, I think, I'm not sure. We had a very, very big protest against the obligatory hijab and dressing codes in Iran against women. I think, if I remember correctly, I will put the chart on the screen so you guys can see it. We actually named the protest Green Code or Green Protest. So basically, that was the first protest that I actually went in for the first time. I was a teenager at that time. You basically wore a green band around your hand, and you walked in the street. No yelling, no screaming, nothing. You just had a green band. It was kind of like a silent protest. You know what I'm talking about? Like one of those protests that you don't talk. You just silently tell the people around you, F off. So we had like these green bands around the hand, and every girl in high school, in out of high school, in home, at work, they wore it as a protest against obligatory hijab and dress code for women. At that time, men didn't really support women, unfortunately. Some of them did, but most of them didn't yet. At that time, most people were still, let's say, blind, stupid, and uneducated, and still with the government, let's say. So the protest got shut off after 3 days. They basically saw you with a green band, police catched you, tortured you, beat you to death, murdered you, killed you, put you in prison, and silence. Yeah, it happened. And then we come back to 2022, that the Women Life Freedom movement started. This time it was a big deal because not only women were the ones who started the protest, but women were with men. Men supported women and women supported men. How beautiful is that? Isn't that the world we all need? For the love of anything you love. So yeah, we got together. Obviously, I'm joking, okay? Guys, please forgive me. I'm joking because I'm very pissed. I'm very upset, and I'm trying to make my brain a tiny bit, let's say, disconnected and unconcentrated to this topic, because every time I talk or think about it, I want to cry. And this is like the 3 billion videos that I'm recording this week to talk about this. So I kind of like indirectly have to keep myself distracted from everything. So if I'm making unfunny jokes, I'm so sorry about that. I'm just trying to help myself to not focus, to be able to continue and explain you stuff without breaking down and crying. So yeah, that's where Women Life Freedom came out, and that's where we finally, after many years, got our, let's say, real community protest against the country, against aggression against women, against Islam, against everything going on inside of the country, and everyone saying that we don't want this. We don't want this. But for years, protesters have been met with violence in the streets, with armed police forces shooting and dead in the streets, including children. Yeah, they killed many children just because of a video they made on Instagram, a video they made, or parents made of them saying something. They actually killed a 12-year-old pretty boy who basically said there is no God. He only believes one God, and that God is the God of rainbow. So figure out the rest. So yeah, we come back to today. So yeah, today we have another set of protesters on the street, after having a couple of them, but this time things seem to look different. Our Prince Reza Pahlavi, son of the former ruler of Iran before the Islamic bullshit, he put out a call for mass protests on January 8th and January 9th. These were the biggest protests against the Islamic Republic we have seen throughout our whole history, with millions across the entire nation talking to the street and going to the street. Sections of the police and security forces refuses orders and didn't show up to work. Some of them even joined people in the street against the government. That's how the situation got too bad that even the police doesn't want to have anything to do with the government and the situation going on in general in the country. So the oppression regime in Iran, on the brink of collapse, switched off the internet and phone connections on the 8th, cutting the entire nation off from the world. Right now, I'm talking about right now, when the Iranian government cuts internet and calls during protest, it blocks coordination and hides state repression from the world. And if we think about it in a logical, political way, it means time to murder. Time to murder. time to murder Iranians on the street. Estimates suggest up to 12,000 innocent civilians have been massacred in the past few days. Hospitals are overwhelmed by bodies piling up with no ability to phone for emergency support. To add up to the crisis, families are being forced to pay $5,000 to retrieve bodies of loved ones and being harassed at their funerals, and keep silence about what they did to their family. They don't even give bodies back to the families. That's how bad it is. That is the whole thing being going on. In resume, in a couple of short phrases and history lessons, just to tell you what is going on. This time we call this a revolution because it's not only about women. This time it's not only about workers. This time it's not only about economic situation. This time it's not about work. This time it's not about religion. It's not. No, it's not. I know you guys want to make it sound like it is, but it's not. This time it's not about USA. This time it's not about Israel. This time it's not about Palestine. This time it's not about Europe. This time it's not about anything. This time it's about me and you and human rights. It's only about human rights. This time is about we're done living like we are not humans. We are done living off it. We are just done living in shit situations just because powerful people think they can do it. This time is about me, you, us. So this time the protest is not even empty, it's full. Everyone are out there, everyone are screaming, everyone are saying f yous everywhere for any reason possible. But most possible reason is for you. You. I see you. Yeah, this time it's for you. You need to get the hell out of our country. You need to leave us the hell alone. You need to get out. Because if you don't get out, we're not stopping. We are continuing until the day that rather you die or you leave. Your choice. Your choice, babes. Leave or die. Your choice. We're not stopping. We're not silenced this time. During the past couple of years, for so many different reasons, obviously it's not easy to go through deaths. It's not easy to protest. It's not easy to do this. So during the past few years, people were afraid. People were okay. People didn't think the situation is that bad. You know, there are so many reasons for people of a community to think it's not the time yet. And that's fine. That's fine. But there comes a day that everyone are done and everyone know it's time. And 2026 is time. I think I'm not the only Iranian who says that. I don't think you're the only Iranian who says that. I don't think we are the only Iranians saying that. All of us are saying the same thing. It's time. We're done. We're done. It's about damn time. So, now I said this. Let's reach the difficult part of the video that I'm actually trying so hard to avoid because it's actually very difficult for me to talk about. It's the mental part of the story that comes in. It's been around 5 days that I couldn't call my mom. I couldn't reach my friends. No one could reach their friends. No one could reach their family. No one could reach their mom. Iran was cut from the world. Iran was silenced. I still cannot call my mom. I still don't know how she is. I don't even know if she's alive. Please don't cry. Please don't cry. Please don't cry. Yeah, she doesn't respond. For 5 days, that's been my life. I call my family, I call my friends. No one responds, and you guys don't know how difficult that is to just sit and wait and think that every minute your family and friends are dead. That's how it feels. I've been sleepless, I've been hopeless, I've been foodless. I cannot drink, I cannot eat, I cannot leave, I cannot sleep, I cannot work, I cannot come here on YouTube and work. And I'm sorry, I'm trying so hard to get my shit together. It's kind of like a mission impossible. Yeah, that is Iran for me. That is Iran for us. That is Iran for all Iranians. The same can be said for people from inside. Doesn't matter. Inside, outside, doesn't matter. This is the same for people inside of Iran trying to contact family outside of Iran. So related, doesn't matter where. That's our Iranian thing. Okay, here's the part of the video that I actually don't know what to say anymore. We're trying to fight so hard alone because for some reason we had zero. Usually when these type of stuff happens, all countries support, all countries encourage you, all countries, I don't know, cheer for you, do something. For some reason this time when this is happening, no one is cheering for us, no one is encouraging us, no one is giving us love, no one is talking about it. So for you outsiders, because obviously Iranian people know this, for you outsiders, non-Iranians, let's say, because outsider is not the good choice. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean or rude. For non-Iranian people, probably this doesn't never happened, so you guys don't know how difficult or how it feels. Yeah, so I'm explaining it actually for you guys because we Iranian, we know all of this. We're very familiar with this. We're living through it. This video is not for Iranians. This is for you. The rule of this protest between us Iranians is a code, a simple code. Iranians inside of Iran, they are our physical weapon. They go to street without armor and just stand in front of the police and fight. And the rule for us Iranians outside of the country is to be their voice. We promised to be their voice. I promised to talk about it. I promised to talk about it throughout all day, all night, every day, every hour. I talk about it. I share their voice. I share their anger. I talk about it because this time no one talked about it. We're not seeing news about it online. Funnily enough, you guys, my follower, some of you guys follow my private personal pages on Instagram, and you guys actually, some of you were shocked. You guys told me that you didn't know this is happening. And I'm like, what? What do you mean you didn't know about it, babes? So yeah, the fact that some of you don't know about it is crazy. And that's why I am here. That's why I'm talking. Because I promised, and I plan to keep my promise until the day I die. We talk. We spread to the world that situation is shit. Iran is going through shit. Please listen. Please watch. Look at me. Watch. A couple of days ago, I received a life-threatening call from one of the people of government. I don't know the terms in politics. I'm so sorry. I am very professional with it, so I don't know, let's say, the good terms to name them. But yeah, one of the people that work for the government, they called me on the phone and they threatened my life. I told them to because, yeah, just shut up. It's time for you to shut up. So they got, let's say, over the board and angry, and they threatened that if I talk more on social media, if I use my social power to talk to people about it, to share what's happening in Iran, they will threaten my family, they will torture them and kill them. Good job. Good job. What I think is that if somebody else that is not part of your blood or not part of your family, they say it, you kind of don't give a shit, right? You tell them like, you're not even part of my family, you're not even part of my country, you're not even me. But when someone says it that is part of you, it kind of feels like a betrayal. You know what I'm talking about? It kind of feels like a very, very, very deep betrayal that is hard to take, to understand, to accept. So I ended the call by telling them to suck my and I don't give a shit. I'm here to still talk about it. I promised. I keep my promise. That's how I prove good people exist. I'm willing to take the sacrifice of myself, my family, the people who are going in front of the bullets directly on the streets. I'm willing to take the sacrifice. The same way they are doing it, I'm willing to do it if only it means we're going to take our freedom back. I'm willing to do it, so I don't care. I'm not going to stay silent. I'm not going to not talk about it. I'm going to yell about it. Fun fact. I'm going to scream about it. You cannot silence me. You have zero power over me, okay? So, yeah, everything was terrible these past 2 weeks for me, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I had a difficult time living. I had a difficult time working. I wake up, I cry. I eat, I cry. I sleep, I cry. I go out, I cry. I meet my friends, I cry. I don't meet my friends, I cry. It's disastrous. It's catastrophic. It's horrible. And something funny that I did, because I'm a tiny bit autistic. I have autism, a very low percentage. And it was always difficult for me to talk, especially since I stutter a lot. So I asked ChatGPT to simplify my mental health in a way that I can explain it to you guys. And I can tell you how I feel. And it did an amazing job. I will actually share it for you because I think it's the best way I can explain to you guys how I feel mentally these past few weeks and how worse it kind of gets. I told ChatGPT that please explain this feeling of mine. I sometimes feel like I live in a parallel world, a different world. My world is full of death and war, and in France, I need to work and study like nothing is happening. And this double life is driving me insane. I feel depressed and alone and crazy and angry. Now, look at the answer. It's kind of very funny because I read a lot of, I know I said it many times, I read a lot of psychological books. I know about this, I think you call them diaspora, if I'm not mistaken. You call it a diaspora mental situation. So basically, it means, in simple words, it's a PTSD for people who experience war. It's a very horrible state of mind for people who experience extreme violence and extreme trauma around war, around repression. And yeah, I already knew this, but I just didn't know how to explain it to you. And I think it did an amazing job. So I'm gonna read it for you guys. So it told me what you're experiencing is very real and very common among people who live in countries affected by war, repression, collective trauma. And here are some key psychological aspects. 1, split reality cognitive dissonance, which means your brain is forced to hold two incompatible realities at once. People are dying, suffering, being raised. I must function normally like an adult, meet deadlines, plan a future, live at the moment. This drives me insane. Let me tell you guys something. This is not easy. It's driving me insane. It kind of feels like having borderline personality. One moment you need to pretend you're this character, living in peace, living in a good situation. The second you're this Iranian person that is losing family and friends. Yeah, it's intense. It's intense. You will have so many panic attacks. You will have so many stress issues, so many mental breakdowns. Let me tell you something. It is literally what's happening to me every day, and the reason I stopped going out. Every time I go out to cafes and bars outside to meet people, every time I see families together, Every time I see families together, every time I see friends together, I start to have like a panic attack, and I get upset to a point that I start to cry. I literally like melt down and I crash on the floor, and I literally like cry. And I just directly come home after that because I think I'm not ready. I'm not ready to see that scene yet at all. So yeah, it looks easy. It looks like it's easy to handle overall, but it's actually very intense. So ChatGPT actually says this too, which is super funny. It says this creates intense mental strain. The mind isn't designed to emotionally process tragedy while pretending everything is fine. Okay, the second mental stuff that we feel is survival guilt. Even if you didn't choose to leave, part of you may feel, why am I safe? Why while others aren't? Do I have the right to be okay right now? Yeah, this guilt actually is very tough too, because 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day is fine, but when it turns to weeks, when it turns to months, it turns into depression. It turns into a very big anger and hatred and self-blame. You start to blame everything on yourself. You tell yourself, why am I not with my family? Why am I not the one in front of the bullet? Why am I the one that is alive while others are dead? It's difficult. And the third one is obviously the invisible grief. Your grief isn't socially recognized where you live. There are no rituals, no collective mourning, no shared language for it. When grief has nowhere to go, it turns inward into sadness, numbness, or rage. For me personally, this is worse. For me, it's worse than the other situation of mental health, because I feel unseen, I feel unloved, I feel ignored. So I think for me, this invisible grief situation messes me up more than the other ones, because yeah, it's I know how to calm myself down, you know. Crying is okay. I cry, I take it out. But there's something about this invisible grief part that I cannot digest, no matter how much I try. I feel like I'm hated, even though this is not true. I feel everyone hates me. I feel everyone doesn't love me. I feel unseen, unappreciated, and so many negative emotions at the same time. I'm living in France. Every time I go out, the fact that people are smiling in my face, like, salut Sid, comment tu vas? Ça va? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Quoi de neuf? La vie est belle. It annoys me to the point that I want to punch them in the face and like tells them to like shut up. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault at all. It's not my fault. It's just a mental state that I am inside, unfortunately, because of it. So it makes things even more difficult than it is right now. So the fact that people are like living their life and I'm there suffering, and no one shares history with me, no one shares language with me, no one shares anything mutual with me, makes me, let's say, get upset even more. And the fourth one is very related to the third one. It's the identity fracture. I'm expected to be integrated and present in France or any country other Iranians live in, while emotionally you are, or I am, still deeply connected elsewhere. This can make you feel unreal, detached, like you don't fully belong anywhere. I am and was very lucky to have a good French friends that keep reminding me I am part of the family. So lucky for me, I never felt detached from my identity or people in France. I was lucky enough for my friends to tell me they are my sister, they are my brother, they are there for me, and I'm part of the country. I'm part of the family. They invite me to their house. They try to keep me inside to make me feel the love of a family, to feel the love of belonging to somewhere, to people. So lucky for me, thank God, I was okay in that aspect of mental. But yeah, wow, the rest is very complicated. And the fifth and last one is chronic stress response. Constant exposure to bad news about your homeland keeps your nervous system in a state of alert. Over time, this can cause depression, irritability, exhaustion, emotional shutdown. This is not weakness, it's a normal response to prolonged stress. Well, this is one of the reasons I told you guys a couple of times that I no longer feel like I want to work, because I constantly feel stressed about so many little things that I have zero motivation to come to work. Just to give you one big example, last week, Friday, I had a boss fight with Sekiro's last boss. So it was the last boss fight of Sekiro. And I'm not gonna lie, I cried before the live saying that I don't want to English, please cooperate. I don't want to beat the boss because mentally I'm not in a state to do a boss fight. So throughout the whole boss fight, I was like poker face. I was energyless. I couldn't concentrate. I kept doing mistakes and mistakes and mistakes after one each other, to the point that after 3 hours of a boss fight, I still couldn't kill the boss, and I felt shit about it because, like, what do you mean? Not my greatest moments, and it pissed me to a point that I actually deleted the live after it finished. You can watch it on Twitch, obviously. I haven't deleted it everywhere. I just deleted it on YouTube on the live section, and I don't plan to count it as a video, unfortunately, because it was that bad. It was performantly, perform, yeah, I don't know. Quality wise, bad. Quality wise, it was bad. That's all I say. I cannot even pronounce words at this time. Weirdly enough, I'm talking for around 1 hour. Wow, okay, so it's 4 a.m. Yeah, I cannot perform. That's what I wanted to say. It was so bad, so bad, so bad that I don't want to watch it again. That's it. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. I don't think I have anything specific to add to this video. It's already very long. I don't want to make you guys go through a torture of watching a very long video, but I just wanted to let you guys know that it's been a very tough weeks. It started since the beginning of the new year. It's been a tough weeks for me. I'm feeling like I'm going insane. I'm getting crazy. I no longer have the energy nor the motivation to come to work, but somebody gotta pay the bills, and that somebody's me. So I have to function in a situation that I'm not functional. And I have so much mental instability these days that I'm not in a good place. Let's put it at that and not say more. I believe love and empathy is the greatest power so many people ignore. Love and empathy are one of the biggest weapons of humanity, and if we use it correctly, we can do wonders, we can do magic. And the only reason I put this video out is not only for other Iranians to know that I'm there for you. I'm there for you. You're not alone. You are me, I am you. We are the same. But also for non-Iranian people to be more gentle, be more wise, be more appreciative, be more aware of the situation. I think I strongly believe this revolution of Iranians is not only for Iranians, but indirectly it's for Europeans, it's for states, and for people around the whole world, because there are so many issues we are fighting against at the moment that if you gather one piece together, it's a story of another country. For example, poverty. There are people around a corner of this world that are struggling with poverty. So us going against poverty is indirectly fighting for other people in other countries against poverty. Us going through women are allowed to do whatever the heck they want situation, go against forced hijab on women is indirectly trying to protect all women around the whole world, etc., etc. For workers, for men, we're fighting for men, we're fighting for women, we're fighting for children. We do not agree with violence against children, let alone killing them. All of these points, if you gather together, we are fighting against it indirectly. You guys just don't see it. You focus on the part of, Iranians are in revolution against their own country, and you forget about the rest. It is true, but it is not the only reason. I just hoped and hope you guys will remember this and will know this. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for everyone, specifically Dragus and Sky, who supported me through these past tough weeks on Discord. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys so much. I owe you guys one thing. So I hope one day I can repay you guys back the same way you helped me. There was just one phrase in ChatGPT that broke my heart to a million pieces, and yeah, sorry about that. It's cleaning time for my robot. So yeah, it's an alarm for me that I need to go, but I will just say this and say my goodbyes. It basically says, if you know someone... Shut up, I'm talking! If you know someone like me, don't rush them. Don't minimize their pain. Don't ask them to explain themselves quickly. Understand that they are doing something incredibly difficult. They are surviving in peace while loving people who live in chaos. And that is a heavy thing to carry. And I think with this phrase, everything is said and done, and it's a very good moment to say goodbye. I wish you all a very healthy life, a warless life. I love you all, and see you in another video. Bye-bye.
For all the boys and girls who never knew equality, for woman, for life, liberty. For liberty.